They mocked my flood wall, so I closed the gates and their basements flooded in 11 minutes. I live downhill in a riverfront subdivision with 15 homes, and my lot sits 8 feet lower than the HOA president's McMansion. Gerald Whitmore, age 62, has granite countertops and a saltwater pool shimmering behind tempered glass. His world smells like chlorine and money, while mine smells like river clay. I'm James Brennan, age 41, a civil engineer in Riverside Oaks, Missouri. My deed predates their HOA covenants by 14 years. Last April, I installed an engineered concrete flood wall for $47,000 with steel reinforcement and manual drainage gates wrapping 3 sides of my property to prevent uphill runoff from drowning my foundation. Gerald called it a joke at the May HOA meeting, saying, "Eyesore, remove it or face $500 per day fines." The board laughed. All 6 members own uphill properties and benefit from what they don't understand. I pulled the county watershed map and found my engineering report showing the wall channels 90% of uphill runoff away from their homes. Without my system, Gerald's basement floods first, then Patricia's at Lot 7, then Michael's corner unit. They never asked. I revised my insurance and consulted my attorney. Everything sat within my property rights. No violence, just my gates and my choice. Friday, the Weather Service issued a flash flood watch for 3 to 5 inches in 2 hours. I walked to my wall, opened the control box, closed all 6 drainage gates, and locked them. Water would flow naturally uphill now, following the original watershed Gerald's developers ignored in 2008. Rain started at 6 p.m., and by 6:43 p.m., water pooled against Gerald's foundation, while his sump pump overloaded. At 6:54 p.m., water breached his custom oak basement door, worth $11,000. Gerald appeared at my door the next day in soaked loafers, demanding I open the gates. I handed him a folder with my engineering report showing my wall protects 6 uphill homes, plus a drainage easement agreement requiring $8,500 monthly prepaid annually. He read $102,000 and laughed, so I closed the door. Patricia called, then Michael, then the HOA attorney saying, "Unreasonable." But I reminded them this was my property and my system they mocked. They thought I'd protect them for free. Wrong. Thursday, they signed a 10-year contract for $102,000 yearly prepaid, where I approve all landscaping within 200 feet and drainage modifications. Gerald read a formal apology at the June meeting. I opened the gates and their basements drained in 6 hours. Now they call it critical infrastructure. I call it engineering. Comment if you've ever been called paranoid for preparing.